What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope everybody's having a great day. We got some really good news today for the Dallas Cowboys. The last time I was at training camp was 2 years ago. 2 years ago, it was the year that we ended up signing Anthony Barr. And I remember me and Game Time Brian being so excited about, oh my God, we actually signed somebody. We signed Anthony Barr. Yeah, that's how bad it was as far as free agency goes. We know we're bringing in some defensive ends this year, today, for tryouts and things to look at replacing the roster spot of Sam Williams, who got injured on Sunday. One thing that was interesting, the last time. See, this time I waited till the last minute to try and schedule going to training camp, because when I went 2 years ago, last year I was at the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and we'll do a live stream tonight. We're going to make that a members chat. So we'll end up having the link out there for channel members. I'm working on this kitchen right now, so I'll go ahead and set that stream up when I get back, so that way the link will be there. But we'll do that at 8 o'clock tonight. But when I went out there, we flew in on Monday, and Monday was the first padded practice. Tuesday was the second padded practice. And then the third day, they had listed on there scrimmage. And we were like, oh, snap. I'm like, oh, this is going to be good. This is going to be good, right? And they had that scheduled for, I think, 10:30. I think it was scheduled for 10:30. And so I flew in on Monday, missed the practice on Monday because, I had to land and then drive to Oxnard. It's about an hour and a half from LAX, and, get checked in the hotel. So I knew I was going to miss Monday's practice, but I said we got Tuesday's practice, and then we got a scrimmage. No scrimmage. What it was a walkthrough. They had 2 padded practices, and then they did a walkthrough scrimmage that lasted about 40 minutes. The crazy thing is they didn't do it at 10:30, they did it at 9:30. Now, I had always been getting there early to get a good spot and to do some pre-practice, videos and things. And boom, all of a sudden they start out early, and this is before people really got there. And it's done, and I'm leaving as people are coming in. Because, see, a lot of people were coming in to see a scrimmage, and they had just gotten there to find out there was nothing. So on the schedule, it has practice. There was actually nothing listed for today. But they ended up doing the same thing that walkthrough scrimmage, where basically it's just lining up and stuff. The good news, man, I got PVC glue all over my hands. The good news here is that Trayvon Diggs is lining up as first string. Let me say that again. Trayvon Diggs is lining up as first string, because we were, maybe the Cowboys are changing the way they present stuff. Typically what happens to the Cowboys is they give you the optimistic view. If they say it's a 6 to 10 week injury, they're going to go with the 6. Oh, they should be back in 6 weeks. And you end up thinking they're going to be back. I'll give you a great example of this. When Neville Gallimore hyperextended his elbow in training camp in a scrimmage, they said he should miss about 3 games. He missed about 11 or 12. So he was nowhere close to the schedule. They had said when they signed Michael Gallup that, he could be ready to start the season. It was about 4 games in, and you could tell that he was definitely rushed to get onto the field. So Diggs, we knew that he was going to start out on the PUP list. There was some questions on whether or not he was going to be ready to start the season. I'm sorry, I got the radio on here. There were some questions on whether or not he was going to be ready to start the season or not. But apparently, looks like he's going to be prepared, ready to start the season. So that's some great news. Here's what's really kind of interesting, because I want you to think about this for a bit, because a couple years ago, people were ready to move on from Jordan Lewis. Jordan Lewis, who was injured and things and came back, he was a little bit slow getting back from his injury. But it seems like quietly Jordan Lewis has actually been a really stand-up slot cornerback for us and has that veteran presence. You get Diggs out there, who is, by all means is if he's healthy, is one of the best in the business, and Deron Bland out there, who I know some people will say he's not a great corner at the moment. They'll say that, even though he's getting all these picks and stuff, and he has to work on his coverage skills. But somebody who is truly underrated for the Dallas Cowboys, and I said this yesterday on the Dan Saleo show, is Al Harris. The Dallas Cowboys have been blessed to have Al Harris there working on the secondary, because I tell you what, you look at what he has done with the secondary, because people don't remember how bad shit was on the defense in the secondary between our safeties and everybody else, the cornerbacks. It was just bad. They couldn't cover crap. But Al Harris being here and working with these guys, he has truly gotten these guys all an elite level. And it hasn't mattered where these guys have been picked. You got to look at it and say, Trayvon Diggs, started off slow, had a pretty good rookie year, but came into his own working with Al Harris that first year. Deron Bland, a 5th-round draft pick, became a pick magnet last year in his second year. And Jordan Lewis has been steady the whole time that he's been working with Al Harris. And that's where I said that we're fortunate enough to have a guy like Al Harris. And you have to wonder how long before somebody looks at trying to take him to possibly be a defensive coordinator. I was one that said, you know what? I'm ready to roll the dice and take a chance on a guy like that, because he works so well with the players that the players seem to really follow along with what he's teaching. And coaches like that are few and far between. So definitely great news for the Cowboys. And I look at this and say, if we could have safeties playing safety, Marquez Bell is an up-and-coming safety that is really, really good. The fact that he was able to play linebacker some too is amazing, but that's not where you really want him to be playing. If we can get our linebackers to play well, there's a chance that this defense is better than last year. People will say I'm crazy or just plain stupid, but the Cowboys actually have a chance for this defense to be better. Mozzie seems to be pretty good, learning how to take on the double teams better and use his body. He seems comfortable at this 310 pounds. Micah will be Micah. And D-Law, the bowling ball full of knives, I think was the term that Mike McCarthy used for him. This defense has a chance to be definitely a lot better than the Eagles' defense, for sure. But we'll see. Love the great news and being able to bring it to you guys. All right, see you tonight. Peace out.